a colossal ancient tree stands before the jungle survival expert, alien assessing the sheer strength of its massive trunk. He seeks the ultimate architectural anchor, scaling the natural grooves and thick vines. He reaches a dizzying height to meticulously clear the base of a natural hollow. This is not merely about finding a resting spot, but rather securing a flawless foundation for a vertical sanctuary high above the forest floor. High in the canopy, every swing of the machete demands absolute precision to clear obstructing vines. Determining the structural integrity of the crown, he drops deadwood to reclaim the vital building space. Meanwhile, the forest floor undergoes its own transformation as heavy materials are transported and rocks cleared away. The chaotic wilderness is systematically tamed into a highly structured workspace for the impending construction. Balancing a massive log across mossy boulders requires a masterful command of gravity. At the base of the giant tree, these heavy timbers are arranged into a stable triangular support structure. Shouldering his gear and navigating the rugged terrain, Aline begins his ascent. The sheer physical endurance displayed here lays the unyielding groundwork for the colossal weight the tree will soon bear. Each step upward demands unwavering focus as he climbs the towering trunk, disappearing into the dense canopy above. Perched high among the giant branches, Aline holds a slender stick meticulously measuring to dictate the exact layout of his future platform. The rhythmic friction of the saw generates a cascade of white shavings steadily shaping raw timber into precise components for assembly. On the ground below, red ropes are tightly knotted around the wood bundles, securing them with practice ease and careful attention. With a steady pull, he hoists the heavy materials upward, bridging the gap between row resources and aerial architecture. Perched within the main fork of the towering tree, Arland positions the first critical crossbeam at the precise intersection. With a steady grip, he retrieves the iron hammer from his pack. Each relentless strike drives steel nails deep into the timber, heavy thuds echoing through the trembling leaves above. Moving with agility between the massive trunks, he seeks optimal load-bearing points to ensure structural integrity. Powerful blows secure the intersecting logs firmly in place. Pausing briefly, he gazes down at the nascent framework. Taking shape below, a fleeting sense of relief breaks through his intense focus. As the platform begins to stand firm against the sky, on the dry earth, sawdust flows freely as the ladder's central axis takes shape. A precise strike with the heavy blade splits the log perfectly in half, creating a flat surface for the steps. Each wooden tread is carefully fitted into the cut grooves, tested for a snug fit before mass assembly begins. The repetitive motion accelerates the work significantly. What was once a raw trunk is rapidly evolving into a functional vertical pathway, demonstrating both skill and patience in equal measure. Iron nails are driven deep into the wood core, locking every single tread into place with resounding blows. As the final nail sinks in, the entire wooden staircase stands complete, ready to bear the brunt of daily ascents. Hoisting the immense weight of the finished ladder, he navigates the treacherous rocky stream bed with steady, deliberate steps. Leveraging a rock crevice for support, the massive structure is slowly raised, shifting its center of gravity into the air. As the heavy timber finds its precarious balance against the stone wall, the ladder rests firmly against the giant trunk, its base tested and proven unshakable by a final decisive push. The steady ascent reveals the solid grip of the tread, seamlessly forging a vertical route from the forest floor to the aerial refuge standing high above. The sheer accomplishment of establishing this pathway is palpable in his gaze as he surveys the vast canopy below. Back on solid ground, the outer bark is rhythmically stripped away with a sharp blade exposing the fresh pale red wood beneath. For further refinement and structural preparation of the raw logs, a heavy wooden mallet drives a sharp wedge deep into the log, forcing it to split cleanly along its natural grain. The rough surface is then transformed by a broad blade, shaving off thick curls to reveal a remarkably smooth finish. Burdened with these heavy planks, the ascent up the vertical ladder becomes a grueling test of stamina and will. The interplay of light and shadow highlights the sheer physical toll of transporting raw building materials to the canopy above, where the new structure slowly begins to take its final shape. The first plank is laid across the crossbeams, fitting so perfectly that barely any adjustment is needed as the thick, textured boards spread out under the sunlight. The gaps between them are meticulously aligned by hand. A firm stomp on the newly laid floor confirms its structural integrity, proving it can withstand both human weight and heavy cargo bathed in the dappled forest light. The completion of the platform marks a monumental milestone in this aerial endeavor, bringing a profound sense of quiet triumph to the builder. Long nails are driven into the floor edges with steady, powerful strikes, ensuring the platform remains unyielding against the elements. From below, the falling wood chips signal the final trimming of the seams and the careful reinforcement of the outer edges. With the foundation fully secured, the focus shifts to the vertical expansion. Shouldering multiple long bamboo poles, Mr. Kwang climbs up the ladder with deliberate heavy steps, paving a way for the structural skeleton. The bamboo pools land on the platform with a dull, heavy thud and are immediately sorted to begin the framework construction. A single long pole is raised and leaned carefully against a massive branch, its vertical angle meticulously adjusted to ensure a maximum structural stability. The hammer drives long nails through the tough bamboo fibers deep into the trunk, locking the structure firmly in place. Horizontal beams are then laid across the vertical posts and struck repeatedly until the joints interlock with absolute precision. A deep drink of water is followed by a sharp, assessing gaze at the canopy above, checking the weather before the next grueling phase begins. The yellow hand saw bites into the bamboo, leaving a shallow mark that quickly deepens into a clean cut through the core with a forceful downward strike. The blade wedges perfectly into the edge, splitting the massive tube into 2 equal halves. This act is not merely cutting bamboo, but rather harvesting the very skin of the future shelter. With the final bamboo split complete, a brief exhale marks the end of ground processing. Burdened with a heavy bundle of strips, his ascent up the ladder is slow but deliberate, each step firmly planted on the rungs as he climbs higher toward the platform above. Using self-made vine ropes, he lashes the strips to cross beams in a tight cross-lashing pattern. Nimble fingers weave slender vines through bamboo and beams, tying rhythmic knots that bring the first wall of the treehouse into existence. From the inside, a bamboo piece is gently lifted and compared, ensuring the edges fit seamlessly together. A small iron hammer precisely drives nails to secure the lateral support rods into the main frame. Standing on a makeshift ladder, the massive triangular roof frame is pulled and adjusted to a perfect vertical angle. Lying on the roof ridge, the bamboo materials are slid down the slope and fixed in their designated spots, completing the overhead enclosure. From a distant vantage point, the treehouse resembles an exquisite triangular nest, securely perched between 2 giant trees as the final ridgepole is added. Inside, sitting on the flat wooden floor, the creator surveys his domain with a profound sense of accomplishment. A thick bamboo pole is hoisted as a door axis, perfectly fitted into the brackets and tested repeatedly for smooth, rolling motion as the bamboo curtain is fully lowered. The structure forms a flawless enclosed sanctuary, harmoniously blending into the wild environment around it. Seated within the shelter, he gently draws the cord, raising the bamboo blind to reveal the deep, serene beauty of the surrounding forest. A satisfied smile touches his lips. Later, the curtain is fully lowered and securely fastened, a quiet ritual marking the completion of this construction phase. Crouching on the smooth bamboo floor, he swiftly gathers residual scraps and finds vines, piling them neatly aside. Then a bundle of leaves sweeps rhythmically across the surface, pushing debris out through the opening to ensure the living space remains immaculate for its new inhabitant.